Alright, this video is in response to an open tag from RJ Knives, and the open tag is, what knives have you bought because of YouTube? And I've got a little selection here that I've bought through watching other people's YouTube channels. You know, there are some knives I would have picked but never did, and got actually encouraged to pull the trigger on them. And here we go, we'll have a little look at these. This one's a Rough Rider. It's the Muskrat, and after watching one of Thrifty Knifty's YouTube channel, one of his videos, TK, he had this very same pattern, and I ended up buying it from the same place that he bought his. He's good at giving up the information of where to get them, and he's really good at sniffing out bargains, and this was a real bargain. And I love the pattern. It's not a pattern that I would have ordinarily looked at, but I've really got into them. I want to get a couple of more of these muskrats now. I love the long slender blades, the double blades. I love the history. I like the history of knives in general, and the engineering of them, and all that. So TK, Thrifty Knifty, he's really good at doing videos on that kind of thing. So that's the Muskrat. And the next one on the lineup, I was influenced to get this one. This is my first ever canoe pattern, the mini canoe. Again, it's another Rough Rider. Great little knives. Couple of nice little blades on here, and I was introduced to this by Pete, the Jersey knife guy, and he's so enthusiastic about his canoe patterns. He really likes them, and he's got an awesome collection, a really fantastic collection of knives. And during conversation in the comments section, I told him I didn't have a canoe, and he basically told me, "Got to get one." So I got one. I'm really pleased I did. So thanks, Pete, Jersey knife guy. And this one here, the Bolka Kalashnikov. Great knives. I love this knife. This is a frequent carry, everyday carry for me, you know, quite frequently. And I ended up buying this one after watching William from William's Knife Life. William's Knife Life. He's got a couple of Bolka Kalashnikovs, and after watching them, I ended up wanting them more and more, and I eventually pulled the trigger, and this is the first one, and I've got one or two more since then. But great knives. Thanks to William for making his videos, and you know, and now I've got one of these instead of just watching them on TV. And this one here, this is an SRM 9002. It's not a knife that I was aware of until watching Rusty Miner, the Rusty Miner channel. So good old Rusty, he picked this knife as one of his top budget knives of 2021, and he was telling me how much he liked it. And I love tantos, I love hollow grinds, and I like flippers, so I ended up picking this one up, and it's a really nice knife. Yeah, it's a great knife. The only thing I didn't like about it, but it's my big hands and big thumbs, is the lock release. I found it hard to get my thumb in there, so I opened this up and I did a little bit of custom work on the jimping there, and now I can get my thumb in, so I like it even more. It's a great knife. Love this knife. And the last one on the lineup, this is down to RJ himself from RJ Knives, whose open tag this is. And he had a giveaway recently, and I entered. I didn't win, but on the lineup of choice of knives that he had was this, and I didn't even know this knife existed at all until watching that video. And I thought about it for a day or two, and and I thought, you know, I'm just going to go get that knife. So I got onto Amazon and got it. It's the Roper Tumbleweed, and this is all nice white smooth bone. I love my lockbacks, so it's kind of like a case sod buster but with a lockback, and I always like the look of the case sod buster with the big rivet and all, and this is an even better version for me because of the lockback, and I love the hollow grind, and it's a really good knife, and I've carried this quite a few times. I enjoy carrying it. It's a really good work knife. So thanks to RJ, I now have a tumbleweed, which I would never have gotten if I hadn't watched that video. It just wasn't on my radar at all. So there's my little lineup of knives that I was influenced to get by YouTubers. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later, and I'll be watching other YouTubers doing this open tag. Thanks, guys.